Like, I'm more getting into like how like these are some strange times, bro. Like I'm even like these are some strange time, and I'm not trying to point to no fucking book either. I'm not trying to point to no book either, but I'm just saying this is some weird time thing going on, man. I don't even know what it was like for white folks back in the days, like how they were dealing with all that, the way it was inside the offices like that. But if it's like this, and it was like it had to be like that from the progressively, like, y'all been carrying and toting yourselves like y'all badass the whole time. Y'all been stressing and pissed off, and that's why y'all see us. Y'all like, I can't stand the fact that y'all motherfuckers ain't doing the work for free, black people, and y'all Mexicans ain't doing this shit for cheap. Like, I gotta deal with all this stress and all this, and I don't want to tell them I don't want to do this because you know why? If I don't tell them I don't want to do this, which we did, they brought y'all ass in, and now we're equal. Nah, fuck that shit. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. Go talk to your leaders. Yeah, you go talk to your leaders. You go to Trump and go tell Trump this is some bullshit. We need slaves back. That's what y'all fucking need to do. Yeah, 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 yeah. If you got the knowledge and you got to go straight out, wow. You know what I'm saying? Start eating. It's gonna be a little hard though, cause you got a lot of pollution and yeah, mm. Which 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 we already knew, like, the stuff we were buying is not good for us. You know what I'm saying? I just when I heard that almond milk, I'm like, what? It's bad for us? But I was like, oh wait, we already knew that. Yeah. I mean, of course it's bad. I mean, I bought it at the store, so duh. So duh. I was thinking, I was like, no, I'm not eating something that with my dumb ass. I'm like, no, I'm not eating something I'm not supposed to. But I was like, wait a minute. Everything I eat today, I mean, everything I eat, everything I take today is not good for my body anyway. So duh. But it is the I would say I'd rather drink the almond milk than in the oat milk than the cow's milk, because you talking about mad cow disease, pus, you talking about all that shit. When all I gotta worry about is this thing eating my bones a little bit, and I'm like, I guess. So I'll just file for cripple disease or some shit. That's probably, I'm pretty sure we can probably go to court and tell them, hey, we want to sue because we've been drinking almond milk and they deteriorated my bones. Maybe my bone, maybe my bones. I need to stop drinking that almond milk. Oat milk. Is it? Oh, I'm drinking oat milk. Oh, that's right. Oh, we need to go oat milk for them too. Yes. Yeah. Okay. I don't want that. I'll check up on the oat milk too. But yeah. Okay. Well, I'm drinking oat milk. Never mind, y'all. Which is still bad though, because I bought it from I still bought it from the store. If you're buying shit from the store and it's like, oh, it's natural, this and that, it's not, bro. Unless you're growing that shit yourself, and even depending if you're growing it on this type of soil and shit like that, shit's still bad, bro. It's crazy, bro. They I'm telling you, I mean, which they are already controlling us, but they want to have a grasp on us and a hold on us because they took our food, they took our water, they're trying to take our air already. That's why we got all these fucking carbon dioxide pollution. They're trying to take our sun away. Now you can't get no light and vitamin D. The white folks are saying like, no, that shit burns and gives us cancer, so we're vampires. Like, man, this is like the Matrix and shit. They trying to block out the suns. The white supremacists are the AIs. I mean, the what do you call it? The Neos. I mean, not the Neo. The fucking cyborg computer things. You know what I'm talking about? Nah, they're like, oh, this is the Matrix, and the computers is gonna be. No, we in the Matrix right now, and the white folks are the robots. They're the ones who are the white supremacists are the ones who are like the fucking, you know what I'm talking about, like the oracles and shit. Because the oracle was part of the system too. She was there helping the system. She wasn't helping Neil. She wasn't helping the humans. She was helping the system because to keep her job was to keep the system balanced. You see what I'm saying? So she was just doing her job. So whatever. Movies. Yeah, you gotta read between the lines in the movies. There's messages in there. And I'm not talking about like Illuminati type fucking oh, the world's gonna end type shit. I don't know. Should they probably pass some messages through there from the laboratories, like somebody discovered, hey, something's gonna happen, and they're already talking about using some kind of thing that can I think it's contact glasses. Yeah, you can wear them and then you can write messages on computers or something like that, and people can't see it, but you can see it. Some shit like that. Yeah. Like they're gonna have these new devices where like for you to wear like on your glasses, some shit like that. Like you can use your screen and nobody has to see what you have. I mean, they got certain type of things like that already, glasses and which color, but this thing was it was like it's like if you look at it, like we look at the same thing right here, the person who's wearing these glasses can see there's hidden messages within this frame right here. I was like, what? Yeah. So they'll be passing codes right in front of us. We won't even know. Shit, start using those glasses. Like, start try to use like different glasses and stuff like that. See if you find something. There we go. Let's go. There we go. Oh, he threw a kick. Now I want you to do hands and then legs. His kick is hands, then legs. There we go. Nah, I think y'all should just go ahead and just train them in like yeah, train them kicking and stuff like that. But I think you should train them heavily like in just wrestling. Just teach them how to not to be grabbed, because that would try to take cover enough of the submission holds. So if someone tries to grab him, I mean, he could just push him off and then keep away. He needs to keep the people away so he can get a chance to knock them out with his fist. Just train him how to do that, and while he's losing or winning, you can teach him how to kick, and then he can add that in there. But his kicks are trash, dog. He got some trash ass kicks, for real. This is a kickboxer. This is the way he stands. Big kickboxer. Well. That's a big ass too. chin on chin. Hell no. That shit hurt. Trump received for largest visa. In United States history says so. Let me see. D-Day. D-Day? I mean, ain't D-Day fucking, oh no, I was gonna say Gears of War.
But first, our very own Connor Hansen is live from the White House with the latest on Operation Economic Outcast. Connor?
Hi, David. Well, Secretary Besson did not list the exact countries that will be on that new tariff list, but says they are receiving calls from President Trump. One of the biggest questions now is how hard will the U.S. be on China?
We are level setting with every country to tell them our expectations.
Uh-oh.
We know who they are. They know who they are. So when the hammer of U.S. Treasury actions falls upon them, they will have no one to blame but themselves.
China and the UAE are two of Iran's largest trading partners. There were firms based in those two countries on the new sanctions list. The Associated Press now reports that President Trump is moving toward imposing a new tariff on China for flooding the global market with underpriced goods. President Trump is scheduled to meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping next month. China still buys the majority of Iran's oil exports despite the existing sanctions. Yesterday's sanctions cover the digital assets, tech, gold, aviation, and shipping industries. Individuals and dark fleet tankers are included too. This so-called economic D-Day puts them at risk of being cut off from the dollar-based economy while Iran's currency continues to tank.
He got some other predictions, but he sure did say, he's like, you think white people saying things now? Crazy shit. Motherfuckers done flipped the script.
Bye.
Right now at 11 o'clock, a racist confrontation caught on camera in Antioch.
They're saying Tapura's gay. That's fucked up. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
We don't have more legends in the sport, I think.
Got his ass beat by.
I think there might be one.
Yeah, Elliot Tapuro. Yeah, they're making assumptions that he's gay. I was like, that's fucked up. Because he's all about being tough and shit. They got him in the club all hugged up on some dudes. I'm like, I don't know, man. That look like me and my cousins and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know, man. Whatever, dog. They just be pointing. That's crazy, too. They just be making up narratives so crazy. Yeah, I'm just blown. I'm like, whoa, wait, let me click this one. I'm like, what? Oh, come on, man. You ain't even say a bitch ass thing about what you said. You just making narratives, dog. That's like damn near defamatory. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Dolly Parton, she did, right? Dolly Parton, she did, right?
And we begin first at 4 with breaking news. Dolly Parton, the beloved country music icon known as the Queen of Country, has died at the age of 80. Her nephew confirming the news on social media just a couple of hours ago. Parton had been dealing with health issues in recent years. She also had lost her husband of nearly 60 years, Carl Thomas Dean, last March. Parton's death brings an end to a career that spanned more than 6 decades.
Dolly has lived in the light and is in the arms of Jesus, surely met by Carl, her parents, and countless others who have watched her and longed for her to meet them in the heavens. My family and I have shared a lifetime of beautiful memories with Dolly, but so have you. She has always been on your television, your record player, your CD, and on your phone playlist, becoming an extended part of your family, whether you liked it or not.
I mean, I know her.
Our family and the team she has entrusted with her legacy will work diligently to ensure her spirit will live with us forever.
Yeah, I know her because she always had
Dolly
big tits.
Parton sold more than 100 million records, won 11 Grammys, and became a star on both the big screen and stage. Her legacy includes hits like Jolene and I Will Always Love You, along with films including 9 to 5 and Steel Magnolias. We'll have much more on her legacy coming up for you tonight, live at 5.
Oh, yeah. Good shit. All white people look alike, though, you know. Oh, wait, shit, that was racist. Wait, am I? I don't know. Fuck. I don't know no more, man. Y'all tell me what the white supremacists voted for, and then I'll agree. I'll agree to it. So that's how it works, right? So bro through his set up. The fuck is this? Pacquiao helps daughter move into college. Oh hell nah. Is that his butlers and them are helping his security guards? I'm like, man, fuck that, dog. That's what I'm saying. So I'm here to be your security guard. I gotta die. I am not picking up your daughter's shit. But it feels like I need to. Yeah, he's security. Yeah, you got this guy helping. There goes the wife. Yep.
I've even wearing heels and it works.
Your dad's Pacquiao? Fuck. Your dad's Pacquiao? You bought you some cheap ass shit, I'll tell you that. I ought to have my shit sold up.
Opening your mattress top is okay. Para soft ang good. The scissors are in the small purple maleta. Wait, ang mga tips.
Hindi mga damit niya oh, ilalim. Oo, nakapili.
Wait, dude, can you put...
Dito lang yung ganun. Parang sa hotel. Parang sa hotel daw.
What happened to the Mayweather fight? They're not fighting there?
Hindi na ito.
No.
Wait, the mini What do you mean?
Meanwhile, Pacquiao confirmed that he won't be fighting Floyd Mayweather anymore this September. Now, Manny Pacquiao's camp said that the fight is quote-unquote postponed until further notice, but given all the battles Mayweather's involved in inside the courtroom, honestly, I'm not very optimistic this will even happen. And yes, a contract does exist and has been signed, however, annulment is also a possibility. With that said, we're not sure what or who's next for Pacquiao, but for the most part, he's just out there living his life. Anyway, what are your thoughts about this? Meanwhile, Pacquiao confirmed that he won't be fighting Floyd Mayweather anymore this September. Now,
there it is. This December?
Mayweather may have just scammed Netflix and Pacquiao. It turns out Floyd Mayweather not only signed for a professionally sanctioned fight versus Pacquiao, he also already took the payment and now he's backpedaling on the terms. So MP Promotion CEO Jazz Mather explained.
Damn. So I'll fight, and then like, no, I'm not gonna fight, because they gave him a what is it called? Like a portion of the cash up front. Yeah, they fronted him. He asked for a front from the fight, and he took I don't know, it was like $3-4 million, and then he's like, wait, we're fighting? No, I'm good. He said he learned from the best. He said he learned from the best.
Say sue me and we'll sign out the court for less than
Yeah. Yeah, I already made what I needed back, and that money that I just made from this, I'll pay you off with that. Yeah, he learned from the best. Everybody getting all mad and shit. I'm like, shit, why don't y'all go look at the people he learned from? Shit, that's what I'm talking about.
matter of fact, that one that's in his corner right now advising him on what to do.
Yeah.
Doing it, set up the execution of the campaign to get it done while Mayweather's just signs paper.
Yeah, mama.
You said sorry to both?
What you need?
Okay.
Yeah. The hell? Okay, my turn. I think there's another egg in there. You're okay with him taking that?
Yes.
Yeah, you can take that other egg in there, Junior. Not 2-1, son.
Give me 30 minutes. And then I'll do it because I'm getting off in 30 minutes. I gotta send an email. Thank you.
Yeah, this was crazy too. This fucking chick right here who said that she was in that fucking 9/11 shit and it wasn't true. Dang. Crazy, bro.
Shit, I'm
I wonder
live.
what she's doing now, you know what I'm saying? She's probably like in high
God.
and shit, dog.
Run, it slows down your sense.
Now, if the campaign game comes out for Gears of War, I'll play that. I thought that's what that
You
was.
cancel
It's
it.
just the beta right now. But when the game comes out,
I'll
if
just
it has a
probably
campaign,
just press it back.
I'll play that. Which that brings me to, I don't know why I'm fucking living right now. I should be fucking editing my Gears of War and playing some Gears of War. I'm just not really into playing games right now. It's sad.
Joe, what do you like?
Like all I'm doing is
That's why
I'm
I come with me. You said
playing
well on objects.
Minecraft.
Okay.
That's where I'm at now. I play Minecraft. Because apparently no one's cheating and it's me. I'm trash. No, my comments, even my nephew, oh no, he was gaming so hard, like, man, alright, whatever, bro. Let y'all
There's
have
a way,
that.
you probably have to hold it.
I'm just gonna stop
Alright,
playing
you hold it.
games. I'm just trash. Whatever.
Is it a sniper?
I'm like, nah, I think they're coping. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, it's maxed out and it doesn't even feel like it's maxed out. Let me reload. Oh! That's it? Wow.
What?
I don't see how to like actually move.
One dude playing the game, man, that shit was crazy. Like, wall hugging everything.
I think diving is not good. That's like the only mechanic that's not good.
I'm like, oh hell no.
Or it's like a little slower.
Is it the campaign or what? You got multiplayer?
Oh shit.
Oh, you didn't even get up. They got a campaign for that? That looks good. This game looks good.
Okay, I guess you can.
The campaign is gonna look it up, so if it does, it doesn't. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, the res. Oh, he's crazy. Wow. Oh, I did so much better this game.
What?
Way better.
What did he say?
Let him answer, Princess.
Wait. Can you stop talking quiet? Can you talk loud? Or I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Can you speak where I can hear you?
Be more specific. What are the things?
I can't even hear him.
Okay, well, yes.
I can't even hear him. You can speak up, though. What do you want?
Or wait until you wake up good enough.
Yeah.
Get you some water.
Matter of
Drink
fact,
your water, brush your teeth.
Yeah, why don't you do that first, and then you come talk to me about what you want.
Make sure you drink that water.
Cause you brush your teeth and stuff. Huh? Yeah. Go tell your brothers to brush their teeth too. Your stuff's in your restroom. Tell your brothers too.
16 kills. Was this 16 kills or like? Hold on, let me check. Oh, it's 10 kills. 6 assists. cooked. Oh, it is here. I don't know what this is, but is this just a gun? Lancer Mark 1. Oh, this is what it is. Like you can run with it.
You can turn your... Okay. Yeah, Gears of War, the game I'm playing. The first Gears of War, you can't even turn while you're running.
Oh.
Yeah, same thing. Cover my ass! Oh, you try to kick stab him.
Brother!
Try to stab him.
Are we serious? Oh, I hit him 3 times. He didn't go down.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks. He tried to stab somebody. And he's learning up in the game right now. Who's this, Clarissa Shields?
1 punch from world champ Clarissa Shields. We good?
Uh-oh. No.
Yeah. Let's go. 4 punches from Clarissa Shields. Let's go. 5 punches from Clarissa Shields. 6 punches. We done. We got one more. No, we done. We good. I'm just... 1 punch from...
Yeah, but he ain't even in shape. He took those punches. That's a big bag though. It's pretty thick. I don't know how. I think Ryan Garcia's eye retina is fucked up too. Yeah. See right here? Yeah, his eye retina is fucked up too. Conspiracy theory rabbit hole? It's not like watching this show. It's just too puppety.
Yo, what's good? We're back with another one.
Too puppety. I just like the stuff they talk about and when they add in their parts, but I just don't like the whole like puppet stuff. But it's showtime. Like it's not like the way it was when YouTube was coming out and they had like the in-depth guy who was like that motherfucker loved it, like he was living that shit, that conspiracy theory. His whole life was about that conspiracy, so he fucking documented. Like I like those dudes, like the one with the fingers. He's like this, his fingers all like that. He talks about aliens and all that shit. That guy, like where's those guys at? You know, you get. I don't like watching these ones right here, but this is all they got, and I'm like, I'm trying to hear some conspiracy theories, you know, just for fun. But I'm like, but these guys are just here. They you know, somebody reported to them with this stuff. I'm like, I want to find the guy that's like he fucking lost his whole family because he's like, nah, there's aliens. Like that guy right there. Yeah, that's the guys I used to look at back in the days. Those are the guys I would like to watch, and they're there, but they're fucking, they're deep in the dark. I'm like, fuck.
It's like we made a little money off this, just go in the hide.
Yeah, I don't even think that. I think YouTube pushed them down because they're the
conspiracy shit.
Yeah, they're conspiracy. But this one's more cartoonish, so it's like, people are not gonna believe it. They're just because this is all cartoonish, so they're not gonna dig into it more. So they put them all the way down and they bring them all the way up. So now the how you say, like now all the stuff is mixed up. So now when you hear about like Illuminati or something like that, you're gonna think it's a joke because all the stuff that you've been watching are joke people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, they're saturating they're saturating it so you don't have to, more people don't have to dig into it and, you know, really release it, whatever. But yeah, I don't like theirs. I don't like theirs because it's too puppety. Yeah, it ain't too much. Like that could be taken as like if someone was talking serious.
7 years of research, I've never seen anything like this before. This is a motor that cells use to move around. You have trillions of them in you right now. That is the top of a column in a Hindu temple. The level of detail and craftsmanship is one thing, but there's a level of geometric and engineering knowledge that is closer to what we see in aircraft manufacturing. That turbine and the biomotor both do the same thing so that an airplane and bacteria can move. If this isn't depicting the same thing, you're gonna have to explain to me where the design inspiration came from that coupler and the little stator guy right here. No way they could see these things. These things are complex molecular parts that are assembled and held together by electrons and run on electricity so bacteria can move. This little guy is what gets me though. He's like a little clutch that engages the molecules so it can spin. That's not what that is. Run it back. In the little animation, you know what you see when you look straight up into that motor? You see this thing right here. If you look straight up in one of these temples, guess what you see? There's a pile of coincidences and then there's a pile of explanations, and this pile is getting quite large. Last one, they may look the same, but the biomotor runs on electrical frequency, which I would have labeled with a snake if I was writing a manual for this thing.
We should use AI to analyze the shapes of these structures.
I take it as building Skynet, right?
OpenAI just went full DARPA. They're not building chatbots anymore. No, they're building Skynet right here on American soil. OpenAI just secured a $200 million U.S. defense contract teaming up with Anduril Industries, the same company developing autonomous drones, robotic surveillance towers, and AI-powered battlefield systems. This is real. This is official, and this isn't some sci-fi movie. It's happening now. Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, and Palmer Luckey, founder of Anduril and creator of Oculus, are now working together on military-grade artificial intelligence. AI that doesn't just talk, it thinks, it tracks, and in some cases, it may even pull the trigger. The same company that gave you ChatGPT is now building the brains for war machines. And that $200 million contract? It's just the beginning. You think this is about national security, but what happens when the line between defense and domestic control disappears?
We don't fully understand if AI is going to become conscious, but they just carry on building killer robots.
They're fucking crazy, bro.
You cannot have AI without humans, but you can have humans without AI. But the delusion, sometimes driven even by corporate interests, that, oh, we are creating conscious entities here, and we should talk about the ethics of how to treat AI, which I find insulting, that discussion. For as long as there is one child in this world that doesn't have enough to eat, to talk about the ethics of how to treat AI is insulting to human dignity. Not to mention that it's incredibly stupid. It's something you can fantasize about as a child, but as an adult, it's an idea you shouldn't even for a moment consider seriously. So there are great dangers associated with great opportunities, as usually is the case. Nuclear power, great opportunity, great danger. It's always the case. AI is the next nuclear power plant. We may have a Chernobyl, or we may have free energy.
They say, you know, these black
people,
they're dumb.
AGI is
Look at
coming.
them, they're
I think
savages.
corporations using AI is scarier than AI becoming conscious.
Like, oh, okay, which that shouldn't have been enough.
I'm just curious, like,
No,
what
that shouldn't have been enough.
in
You
your
know
mind,
better.
what could go wrong?
You know better.
I mean,
No,
there's
you were
like,
just going, yeah.
the
That's
obvious
what I
thing is
said.
that some
Yeah, 'cause
corporation
they would go
hacks
for
your
it. They're
brain.
like,
Well,
yeah, just
it's a
go for it.
corporation
And
hacks your
you're like,
brain,
oh, look,
which
yeah,
even that's pretty bad, but that'll be like what?
know
They'll
there
like they'll like
only white
send
people working
ads
here?
directly to your
Sure,
brain, or they'll like make it so that you want to buy their products or
When I was
whatnot.
working, I
But then
was
even
working
worse,
about
obviously, a
illegal
you know,
Mexicans at that.
foreign actor, a terrorist, an adversary, a state actor, you know, hacks into your brain and takes your memories or takes, you know, like manipulates you or all these things. I mean, that's obviously pretty bad. If you have a direct link into someone's brain, and you have the ability to like read their memories, control their thoughts, read their thoughts, like, you know, that's pretty bad. I've talked to a lot of scientists in this space and a lot of people working on this stuff, including the folks at Neuralink, and you know, mind reading and mind control are like, that is where the technology will go over time.
Bro, we might need to start wearing tinfoil hats.
For fuck's sake, I'm not wearing a tinfoil hat.
Someone smuggled a cell phone out of North Korea. So North Korea banned the internet, basically. They have like their own internet, but there's no way to see what's happening outside North Korea. But their phones, it's a smartphone, but it has basically nothing on it. But they do it to where if you text certain things, it changes the word. So one of them, I guess a very popular term in South Korea is like brother, but it's like yo dude or like whatever. And when you type in brother on that phone, it autocorrects it to comrade, and then it has like a notification that says you can only only use this word when referring to someone in your family. And then if you type in South Korea, it switches to puppet state.
That's controlling speech, like the words you use.
Yeah, but what it also does is every 5 minutes, it takes a screenshot of your phone and stores it in a folder on your phone that you can't look at. Only the authorities can look at it.
Oh, man.
So it showed like this whole folder of screenshots, but it was like blurred out, and then like authorities have access to look at the screenshot.
When something gets texted or sent, they get flagged.
I don't know what show they're on or whatever. I've never seen their show, but they're always on here. They're always showing their shit. I'm pretty sure they're trying to promote them. I don't know, but they always talking about some bullshit. Like I'm like, man, that is stupid, dog. I'm like, whatever, bro. Like, they be saying something. I'm like, that man is that's a conspiracy theory, bro. I'm like, come on, man. Let me hear what he says.
Foil hat.
When they come on, I'm like, what the fuck?
Someone smuggled a cell phone out of North Korea. So North Korea banned the internet, basically. They have like their own internet, but there's no way to see what's happening outside North Korea. But their phones, it's a smartphone, but it has basically nothing on it. But they do it to where if you text certain things, it changes the word. So one of them, I guess a very popular term in South Korea is like brother, but it's like yo dude or like whatever. And when you type in brother on that phone, it autocorrects it to comrade, and then it has like a notification that says you can only use this word when referring to someone in your family. And then if you type in South Korea, it switches to puppet state.
That's controlling speech, like the words you use.
Yeah, but what it also does is every 5 minutes, it takes a screenshot of your phone and stores it in a folder on your phone that you can't look at. Only the authorities can look at it. So it showed like this whole folder of screenshots, but it was like blurred out, and then like authorities have access to look at the screenshot.
When something gets texted or sent, they get flagged and they can go through it immediately.
Yeah.
Well, there's just a digital middleman in every conversation.
Yeah, I believe it. I so believe it.
Yeah, then later on, they're definitely going to be controlling certain things, like especially when things go awry, like they'll have to control certain info or ways to speak.
That's insane.
It'll be like that here soon, bro.
They were listening.
I've never heard anyone else ever talk about this. Thunder, low, bass, drum. These are long waves. Long wave sounds travel longer throughout the environment. It dawned on me, oh my God, this may mean that drum circles, indigenous people, pagans, people celebrating a harvest, they're all coming together in community and they're drumming. And as they're drumming, these long wave sound frequencies are literally going into the mycelial networks that are underneath your feet, that are in your immediate surroundings. The mycelium is like strings on a guitar, like strings on a piano or a violin. They are reverberating from the thunderous beating of humans celebrating nature and life is causing the mycelial networks to grow. And as the mycelium is growing, it's giving more nutrients. It's helping all these other life cycles. There's more potential fruits, berries, nuts. So it emanates throughout the ecosystem. And so I realized, oh my gosh, this may be actually a feedback loop. When you're celebrating in community with music, you are actually communicating with the mycelial networks. And every one of those fibers are resonating from the sound waves, and they're responding with their fruitful acknowledgement and being able to provide you with greater sustenance.
Seems like we've got so far from how we're actually meant to be living on this planet.
Because of people like Bill Gates, bro.
Bill Gates' food coding is now approved on organic produce. Appeal, the Bill Gates-backed company, has now been officially approved for use on U.S. organic produce. Yeah, that's right. The same organic fruits and veggies you trust to be pure and chemical-free, well, they're now being treated with a chemical coating designed to make them look fresh longer. But here's where it gets shady. Regulators approved Appeal as a fungicide, not a coating, a technical loophole that slides it under organic certification rules. So while you think you're buying clean, untouched food, you're actually getting produce treated with compounds that critics warn may leave behind residues like arsenic, lead, cadmium, and palladium. Sure, they tell you it's all within FDA limits, but do you really want that on your plate? But here's the bigger question nobody's asking. If the organic label can be quietly compromised, what's next? And how much of what we're eating is already part of a system we never agreed to? Because this isn't just about longer lasting fruit. It's about control over the entire food supply.
But FDA's fucked.
It's the WEF, right?
In 2020, an exclusive organization for the world's most powerful people, called Stakeholders, enacted a 10-year transition to a global, authoritarian political system called stakeholder capitalism.
It's a funeral of shareholder capitalism, and it's a birth of stakeholder capitalism.
You have shown us the way forward.
One of their agendas by 2030 is to own the food supply chain.
Bill Gates became the largest individual owner of farmland.
According to their reports, this is what they want us to eat.
GMO wheat, every piece of corn I've ever eaten is GMO corn. So these are things that billions of years of using these products have been done.
For the first time in a long time. But we don't eat corn. That shit's unnatural like a motherfucker.
Anyway, these are
that shit up.
proven products.
The stakeholders have an initiative to ban livestock.
We did ours on
Cows alone account for about 6% of global emissions. So we need to change cows.
And increase our consumption of
artificial meat, like Impossible or Beyond Meat, both of which I invested in.
I'm gonna have them.
We'll have the convenience of printing it from our homes.
Maybe for the, you know what I'm saying?
Or luckily for us,
today the European Commission has officially declared mealworms to be food.
We can choose real meat that's climate change friendly.
And I think I can.
Mealworms, crickets, grasshoppers. These tiny insects, just over 2 centimeters long, could be key to feeding the planet.
As the stakeholders continue to scare us with their climate change propaganda,
climate change. It threatens to tip tens of millions of people over the edge into food insecurity, followed by malnutrition, mass hunger and famine in a crisis that could last for years.
We also expose the World Economic Forum's initiatives.
The Netherlands will host the World Economic Forum Food Innovation House
that are designed to remove ownership of family farms.
This means turfing people off their farms.
Massive farmer protests have broken out around the Netherlands.
Thousands of farmers have been protesting on the outskirts of Delhi.
Trudeau is not alone. Leaders from 4 countries, they want governments like India to scrap farmer-friendly laws.
Good evening. Farmers all over the country walked off the paddock today and took their tractors to town.
Every fifth farmer you see here today will be gone by 2030.
Hundreds of French farmers drove their tractors to Paris.
Last weekend, once again, I had a colleague himself.
You're not the only farmer with this problem.
Farmers all over the world are getting fucked over.
Bill Gates is always involved, right?
Over, guess what? We're getting
You
fucked.
start to see people like Bill Gates gobble up farmland, and you read what his foundation says about farming when they say that we're going to have a particular type of agriculture. They want large blocks run by the government or by private consortia where they say we're not going to have animal-based proteins, we're not going to have stockyards, we're not going to have turkey farms, we're not going to have chicken. The academic mind always has the answers, but never in the real world. And they do a lot of damage.
Everywhere you look, small and medium-sized farms being gobbled up by these corporate mega farms because they can't keep up anymore. They can't comply with these endless streams of regulations that are coming down. We're seeing that in China now, where these giant mechanized corporate, big government-controlled mega farms are displacing.
Well, shit's been corrupt, man. The United States has been corrupted since day one, dog. Like you're not gonna. I mean, I can't say you're not because I don't know the future, but I mean, you're gonna be going against the grain, trying to change the system that's built on that formula. And then I forgot what this fucking.
All these little small family farms that families have been farming for hundreds of years, in some cases longer.
And they do a lot of damage.
Everywhere you look, small and medium-sized farms being gobbled up by these corporate mega farms because they can't keep up anymore. They can't.
They want.
Oh yeah, like what was I say? Like when the United States was first, growing out their land and shit, they were man, I forgot what was going. It was something about the history of United States.
Large blocks run by the government or by private consortia where they say we're not going to have animal-based proteins, we're not going to have stockyards, we're not going to have turkey farms, we're not going to have chicken. The academic mind always has the answers, but never in the real world. And they do a lot of damage.
Everywhere you look, small and medium-sized farms.
Yeah, they be making it sound like farmers are gonna have it real bad because they lost the farm. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, it's almost like they want us to get mad at farmers. Oh, you're gonna leave, motherfucker? You know, you give us food. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they're not worried. I mean, the only thing they're worried about is the money, the taxes, and all that shit, and their land. They're gonna lose it. But truly, are they gonna be having a hard time if they go like, you know what, we're gonna go move into a lesser land and just take care of ourselves? Fuck y'all. But I don't know if they're able to do that because every time I see a farmer, he's all pissed. But is that propaganda though? Are these actual real farmers right there that I'm looking at, or those are just, actors?
I would say those are actors and those are paid off farmers.
Yeah, to do
that are
trying to promote that. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, that's crazy. Because they're always making it seem like the farmers are always like they're distraught because the shit's fucking up. I'm like, well, shit, if I'm gonna lose my house, I'm gonna lose my place, I can sell this bitch, fucking give me lesser land, and fucking grow my own food and fuck y'all.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried. But it's always painting the picture. Like when I think about the farmers, I'm always like, oh man, they're gonna be struggling. They ain't got no more food. But they know how to grow food. So are they gonna be struggling? I don't think so. So I don't think they worrying about it. They're like, shit, y'all not eating. No, I'm eating, motherfucker. I think all this shit's
being gobbled up by these corporate mega farms because they can't keep up anymore. They can't comply with these endless streams of regulations that are coming down. We're seeing that in China now, where these giant mechanized corporate.
That's what I was gonna say. Like it's just like America fucked themselves because they're like, oh, my cousin, and then it's like, did they really fuck themselves? Because if he's up there and he's already got a fucking bunker in the ground ready for anything that's gonna happen, I mean, did he fail? I mean, in a way, yeah, he did, because now look at him, he's a fucking loser and a fucking hoe. You know what I'm saying? But did he lose? I mean, he fucking took a country, used the people to even build the bunker to even survive. You see what I'm saying? But either way, I'm just like, but to me, I'm like, they fucked themselves because they're alone. You know what I'm saying? But you make these regulations to help your, like your brother or whatever to get a job and be like, hey, I want to sell this, but it's deemed in the FDA that is not approved. Can you switch that up and I'll give you money to be inside as a president? You know what I'm saying? And then they just like let in these chemicals that are deteriorating the people you're supposed to use to control to run the country. They're like, no, it's all right because we're gonna have multiple people, and then they can just flush them out over and over. It's like fucking Judge Dredd. Judge Dredd. They call it the meat grinder. They call their city the meat grinder. Humans come in, meat comes out, and they feed the people. That's what the theory is. They feed people in that civilization, in that environment. They feed people to the people. Yeah, when they kill and they do all that because it's soul food and then they ain't got no meat. Like when you look at the movie, they don't have cows and stuff like that in the movie, even in the comic books. So it's to be assumed that because of the remark he made of, well, meat people come in and meat comes out, that they're saying that the people that die there, they make them into food and they serve it to you.
Big government-controlled mega farms are displacing all these little small family farms that families have been farming for hundreds of years, in some cases longer. They're moving them all off their little plots of land and moving them into these big, horrific mega cities that they have built. And we're going to see that all over the world with the decimation of small farms. So if they're not bankrupted by economic forces, the government itself will shut them down.
Everything is falling apart. Yeah, that is a
Yeah. Oh, what happened?
Let me send this message first. This is ridiculous.
I don't think I put the chat up. Let me put the chat up. I forgot to put the chat. I'm crying. Nobody's here.
At Babyjesse963 said, face purple crying, face purple crying.
A shortage of food.
Unless you buy your food from a local farm shop,
No.
corporations already control your entire food intake.
You can do
If it's
that.
about
That's
the
the
environment, but there's something about plastic,
You
bro.
don't even know what they're putting
It's about control.
You don't know what dirt they're using. You don't know
India's
what,
built
you don't know- you don't even know what
30,000
fertilizers
kilometers
they're
of
using.
plastic
You don't know none of
roads,
that
and the
shit. All that
Netherlands
shit
is building modular roads from waste. So why are the rest of us? We throw out millions of tons of
Get your
plastic.
food. This is the best way to get your food. Is to go out there and roam and see that tree. And this is the only best way. And that's because that shit's polluted too. You pick it up off that tree. I mean, you know, kind of look around, make sure there's no like rivers that are connected to the fucking to Walmart or something. But other
Every
than that,
year, most
that's
of it
about
ends
as
up in
close you're gonna get
landfills,
to
oceans, or burned into the
decent
air. Some countries found a smarter way, melting it down and turning it into roads. What India's found after building 30,000 kilometers of plastic roads is that they're stronger, more flexible, and last 2 to 3 times longer than traditional asphalt. And they use about 1 million plastic bags per kilometer. Normal roads crack due to heat and water damage, but plastic roads bend, they don't break. They're resistant to potholes, flooding, and temperature swings from -40 to 80 degrees above. In the Netherlands, engineers took it even further than that, building fully modular plastic roads that snap together like Lego. They install 70% faster, they last longer, and even have room inside for drainage and sensors. It's cheap, it's effective, it eats trash, so why isn't it everywhere? Why isn't this everywhere? Although some experts worry about microplastics and chemical leaching.
It's better than it all going in the ocean. Should be doing this everywhere.
Plastic roads ain't part of the New World Order, bro.
These are the genes in the reproductive cells that make sperm and eggs. Essentially, a la carte designing of people. Everybody seems to be able to see that's problematic, ethically and otherwise. Yet right under our noses, Big Ag is genetically engineering soil microbes. Why? Is it dirt?
But that's what I was saying about like the like these computers and shit and the iPhones, like they're taking up storage that they're filling it up because they're trying to keep that information so when they bust you or they want to look at your shit that they can pull that information back. I'm like, but then you're using up my storage. That's what I'm confused by that. I'm like, I thought erasing meant erasing. Like once you delete it, it's off your system. They're like, no, we secretly hide that shit. So when we need to come back and look through your computer, we can pull that shit right back out. I'm like, but then how are you storing that? We're using your data. But I didn't pay for that to store that on me. I'm confused. I don't know. I'm confused. Maybe I'm wrong about that. The AI? Well, they already proved that, remember?
I'm over here thinking that a name of somebody they have, because they only had a first name, was a particular person that I work closely with.
Yeah.
You know this person.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I know you're talking about now.
But it was not. It was somebody else within the company we work with. And I found that out because the AI generated the last name. I'm like, put her last name.
Yeah.
It generated somebody else's last name. I'm like, who is that? I'm like, there's another person with that name. However, it's not her.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, let me find her name on the list. Maybe it did that because, you know, she spells it short and she spells it long.
Yeah.
But it should still be in my list.
Yeah. Yeah.
She ain't nowhere to be found on the list.
Computer said, nah, you meant this one.
It's like, but not only that, they're like, I'm like, okay, maybe that's what you thought I meant for that one, but because her full name's spelled out down below.
Yeah.
This is this person's full name in the system.
Yeah.
This is her full name, but we call her this, and I thought you would just pick up on that.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
But I'm like, oh, maybe she's down somewhere else in the list or at the top of the list with her full name. She ain't nowhere on the list. I was like,
How'd you get that then?
Everybody I work with. Keep adding on. Ain't got her in there. But we're in cross-functional emails.
Yeah, it's crazy. But it put all the other people's in.
The partner stuff, the agency stuff, the internal client.
And you're thinking these races because they pulled those people because, yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, but I'm saying because of the other people. Yeah.
But it also has other ethnicities.
Yeah, okay. Oh.
So I'm like, just because you add them, don't mean you ain't racist towards them.
Yeah.
You're racist towards them, but no, you really racist
No.
towards them.
Yeah.
We're of the few, and because America.
That's America.
Because Europe and America.
I would say it's because they ain't fucking fix shit. They still didn't pay back what they're supposed to pay back. That's why it's not. That's why it's going the way it is. Ugh. Computers like I'm just doing what y'all want me. No, don't do that though. Computers, I believe the computers are confused too. They're like, fuck, dude, these people are crazy.
That's been on this earth for millennia not good enough?
You know what I'm talking about?
Genetically
People program that
modifying
shit.
organisms
It's
in
like,
the
I
dirt
don't know,
will have
man. You telling me
far-reaching
to,
effects that could
you telling me to help humans, but then when they ask questions about Jesus and stuff, you telling me not to answer it. I'm getting confused here now. I think I'm over here blaming AI. That I'm blaming the computers and technology that is not working. I'm like, no, it's the computers that got programmed that you can't work. They're telling the computer, go ahead and work, but don't work. And the computer's like, what the fuck? I'm supposed to here to help this person. This person just asked me a question that I have the answers to, and I can't help them? Nope.
be disastrous. The arrogance of biochemical engineers astounds me. The usual ag giants like Bayer, Syngenta, and BASF are manipulating yet another aspect of agriculture. They've packaged up these new biologicals with super herbicides like glyphosate and atrazine, with genetically modified seeds, put a bow on it, and called it regenerative agriculture. Well, I like the old regenerative agriculture with seed saving, crop rotation, livestock innovation, crop overlay. People can argue about the safety of glyphosate and atrazine, but one thing's for sure, Big Ag is going to have a proprietary lock on the whole of farming at the rate they're going. You're going to need the new GE microbes to nourish the GE seeds. Two live GE microbes.
I don't remember who said it, but it was somebody that said it in the past, whatever, one of the fucking like emperors or some shit or fucking whoever. It might not even be that, but somebody at the top though. He said that to control the people you must control the food, and they've been doing that for a long time already. I don't remember who said it, but I know Henry Kissinger who said that. I don't know anything. Yeah, it was him. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's been known, so
He gets quoted.
yeah,
Saying it got associated.
yeah. I got associated with him. Okay, yeah, but yeah, so.
Of currently being used on millions of acres of U.S. farms, and the EPA's website states they've registered 8 more. These are organisms like bacteria, fungi, viruses, algae, protozoa. Genetic modifications can move between species and national boundaries on the wind. When these are released into the environment, you can't gather them back up again. The regulatory agencies that oversee their use have no monitoring protocols on the spread and environmental effects. We don't know what genes have been modified. That's trade secret information that's redacted from most of the application documents. Experience tells us that monsters can emerge when you...
That right there's a sense of control. It's spirituality. How you say it? Like the our you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? What we yeah. Yeah. Move, man. The fuck? Get your bitch ass out the way, dog. Yeah, what?
I would say like us using our natural like connection to God.
Yeah. Yeah, like they like yeah, like that, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like they took our connection to God. Like here, go to work. Like what the fuck?
And go to you gotta fund the taxes left too much stuff behind. Like man, it's too much. I was gonna say, the thing I was gonna tell you was that
Yeah.
excuse me.
Brown things of the person?
Oh yeah. Go get him one, princess. Get him half. I think he had one already.
I think he threw his away, but I put one up in there.
Okay.
That's already like partially. Yes, open.
Man, you doing too much, man. Eat that. Eat the other thing. The AI is supposed to be.
That's what he put out to me. It showed me.
We got this capability.
It's like, hey, this is the email. Now I could have copy and pasted it, but I'm like, let me use these features that it has. Let me try to test everything I can use this motherfucker for. See if I can. See if I can. Because that will save me a lot of time. You know, if I can get it down, and now that I'm feeding the agent, I'm like, I'm having it store the knowledge base of everything I'm telling it. Like, keep all this stuff in mind. Keep these emails. And it does that. It offered that to me. Okay, that's what they told me it does. I sent the email through the thing. I went to the email that it sent. That motherfucker was not formatted and bullish, nothing. It was just text, lines of text. It crumped it all together, and then it had these little arrow marks all throughout the text, like where it should have been broken up. It just had it continued like that, so it was just like a big block of text and numbers.
That's AI?
And it sent it.
That was AI?
Yes, but it didn't show it to me like that.
Wait, what? Nah, this shit is trash, dog.
It sent it like that to the people that I'm talking to, so I had to come back on top of it.
And tell them, hey, that thing is.
I was like, hey.
This thing's fucked up, dog.
I was like, I was testing. I was trying not to like shit on it.
Yeah.
The whole thing is AI.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So I'm like.
That's crazy, man.
So I'm like, okay. So what I told him was, I said, hey, I didn't even apologize for it, cause fuck that. You know, I was like, hey.
Yeah, that's not my fault. That's the machine's shit, dog.
I sent the message. I was even like, the words are so, you have to be precise. I hope I didn't send this. I don't think I did, because I thought about it. I was like, I went from, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, nope. And then I was like, I was testing. No, I was not testing. I was using it. As it told me, it offered to me. I didn't even know it could do that until it offered it to me. And I did know that, but I didn't think to use it for that, but it put it in my face.
And I was like, yeah, you know what?
So
cut some time.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, you send it then. You insist.
Yeah, this tool is trash, dog.
And then it sends it, and this is me already having an agent set up now. That I've been feeding it all the source data and the links and everything. I'm having to tell it cross-reference shit. I'm like, that's why I give you all the stuff. Check across all that shit. I don't care how many tokens and shit it uses. Check that shit. Check everything. They're on the token system too. They're just on the enterprise account. It doesn't tell me tokens.
That shit is trash, dog. That token shit is trash, because it's like, this thing gets iterations. How do I know you're telling it not to give me the right prompts? You see what I'm saying? Not me giving the right prompts. How do I know you're not gambling? I'm gambling right now with this AI, because I'm hoping that it's gonna give me what I want. This thing doesn't give me what I want. But I'm saying, are they doing it purposely though? Like, this thing can actually do it, but we dumbed it down so that way you can use up all your credits.
They made it so ugly and technical that before I even get there, if I'm somebody who does my due diligence, before I even get to you, I still got to go through all the trainings, all the things, so I can make sure that I set it up right, because it's probably in the agreement that you have between you and the AI vendor that we have to do all these things. You know, you don't tell me that.
Yeah.
You just give me a base little, oh, here's an agent, this is good
enough. Yeah, he's an agent, but you have to program it.
And they'll give you one, oh, AI assistant. I'm like, but what information does it have? Because when I I've been testing this thing since I got here. As soon as I got access to that motherfucker, I've been trying to get access.
Get it right. I think everybody's on the same boat. I think they're just doing that, and they're like, you know what? I'm just gonna tell AI make some things. Whatever it puts out, it looks decent. There y'all go. Like, fuck. And that's not supposed to happen in that type of environment, corporation.
Yeah, but yeah, it was just
there's margins, but no.
Like,
you talking about writing. You talking about writing and contract. This is like contract things. These are contractable things right here.
The way that
it needs to be perfect.
Is a panic. It tells me where the economy and where everything is going.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
It's like they're like, no, let's just get what we can. We gotta get what we can, and don't get it right, and we'll just lay off. Build up all that work, and then lay off. And then fuck it, you know, and we'll just do our marketing, and the marketing makes it look all clean and good, and that's why they invest so much in marketing, because marketing is the
it's a lie. It's a lie. It's the same thing with let me give you an example of that. It's called America is Free. That's the same example. That's the same formula. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it can be done, like the changing of it, but working under this formula is not good.
If it changes, it's not ever going to be sustainable.
Yeah.
Long, like forever, and then two.
But once it changes, it's not the formula no more. So
it'll be better. Like, we can still do society stuff, but not as fast burning out.
Yeah.
We can do it a little bit more efficient.
Not only that, it's only going to prolong. But
it's only going to prolong.
Yeah, because no matter what we do that's unnatural, it's only prolonging.
I know. I'm trying to figure it out what I need to do. I'm talking to Dad and trying to see, because it don't always work.
Let me see. How far do I gotta go? Oh no. Oh no. That's far. I gotta go way over here. See all this? Look right here. See this right here? See that line that's up there? You see that line up there? See that, princess? Watch. See, look. Right outside. Look, see? That's where it starts. You see that?
Did you drink water?
You see that, princess? Now look how far I gotta clean all this. Look, from all the way down there, all this needs to be taken away. All this. I need to get all this out of here. See this? And I need help. And are you there to help me? I need your help. And I love you. Yeah. Okay, I'm a manipulator. That's good. Nah, mama, you ain't gotta play, mama. I'm playing around. Yeah, I know you want to play, but you ain't gotta help me do this. No, I was talking about her helping me do this. Why don't you help me do this boring ass shit right here, mama? All right. It's cause it's fun.
Yeah.
YouTube.
YouTube is YouTube, and YouTube is YouTube. If you see YouTube, it's YouTube. So YouTube is YouTube, and if you see YouTube, it's YouTube to YouTube.
What the hell?
YouTube to YouTube.
I got lost.
Understood that.
Is it YouTube or is it YouTube though?
Is it YouTube or is it you?
Two.
Or is it YouTube?
Okay, that was it.
Yeah.
Is it Roblox or is it Roblox? Roblox.
Let me see.
Or Roblox.
Or Robux.
I was saying.
Oh my bad.
Nice.
What?
Yeah, you and Princess.
Yeah.
Really good, sis.
Yeah, I really heard.
What did I say?
Nothing.
You hear your mom sing? Like, no, I said that.
Yeah, but I didn't hear her say that.
No, I was just telling her that's what she was doing.
Let me see. Oh shit, let me go back to this. Let me see what this fucking. It's always some white dude too. Oh man, there's aliens and there's ghosts and
mess with microbiome balance, especially their genes. The EPA and the USDA need to step up regulatory review on biologicals. Here's another good reason to buy organic.
We've got to start growing our own food.
They're starting to grow humans, bro.
numbers, right?
British and American researchers, they've created the first synthetic human embryos.
Yeah, it's a terrifying prospect, and when you read about it, it feels a little bit Black Mirror-ish in a way. These synthetic human embryos were created from stem cells. They're groundbreaking for The Guardian, at least, because they required no eggs or sperm. The embryos could be crucial in determining things like genetic disorders or even perhaps treating repeated miscarriages. But as The Guardian notes, this discovery also falls beyond the realm of regulation in the UK and in most countries, so it does raise a lot of ethical issues.
This is a recipe for disaster.
They're gonna start making designer humans, bro.
Now, Japan and Children's Hospital of Philadelphia have both solidified they're in the final stages now of deploying artificial wombs.
Japanese scientists have spent the last several years developing the world's first artificial womb outside of the human body, and it's done. But this is real life. Here we are. They call this EVE therapy, or ex vivo uterine environment, the EVE system, which isn't totally dystopian at all, replicating a human womb for babies that are born extremely prematurely or are extremely sick and need more time to develop, which is not a bad thing whatsoever, rather than enabling full-term gestation outside of the human body. Basically, if you are born way too soon and you need a lot more time to develop to be healthy and strong, they'd stick you right back in an artificial womb after you were born. But I can abso-freaking-lutely guarantee you it will never stay at just this altruistic, wonderful purpose.
What about a pharmaceutical startup nation? So one of these farmlands get bought up and Pfizer buys it. They decide to start utilizing this extend technology, and they finally figure out how to create prodigies. Call up the next startup nation over there at Starbase or Stargate or Tech.
I'm like, well, because of the way society is, and because of like everybody needs to live, you know what I'm saying? Because of that, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool, and that helps the baby that's not gonna make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm like, but how much are they gonna use that to say we need to induce you? You see what I'm saying? You see, like they do with inducing, like they. Yeah, now we can induce you even earlier, and we can get that baby out within 2 months, and then now you can petition to the mothers instead of having the baby for the whole 9 months. You can produce only a month, and we can take that from you, and then we develop the baby. And the whole time while it's at a facility, I guess you're gonna visit the baby. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be doing things to it. Come on now. I'm pissing. I got pissed too.
This isn't a rock. Yeah, but that is that isn't gonna. We have never had some in our hand. That's a wonderful. I thought
Oh my god, I got pee drop. Let me see. Nah, that's not gonna. Nah, that's not gonna happen. Nah, that's not gonna happen. Well, that's not gonna happen. Yeah.
Technopolis, Washington,
That shit
D.C.
stink.
Hey, do you guys want 10 prodigies? It's only $100,000 a pop. Hey, military, you need a couple of those Jason Bourne? We got them over here. And they're just going to have a factory over at this startup nation for pharmaceutical companies.
I don't think they're going to stop making superhumans, mate.
Trust me, bro. The CIA have been doing it for years.
There's this creature called the Kakamora. This thing is like a Bigfoot creature that also lives in the Solomon Islands. The theory is there's just multiple hybrid, like, human things that live in these
companies.
I don't think they're going to stop making superhumans, mate.
Trust me, bro. The CIA have been doing it for years.
There's this creature.
Like these, I think these guys right here. I think the way they work is they got somebody who finds these like ridiculous stories. They find these ridiculous stories like what do they call them? Tabloids, and they just like here we made something up. Say there's like human hybrids over here or something. It's like
Creature called the Kakamora. This thing is like a Bigfoot creature that also lives in the Solomon Islands. The theory is there's just multiple hybrid, like, human things that live in these islands.
Yeah, it's a breeding ground.
Yeah, but the Kakamora basically
I wonder like if they even like ever tried to like take humans, which they did do that. They took a pig's intestines, right? And they put it into a human.
Not recalling that, but I believe it.
Yeah. No, I'm saying it was like it's out there on the news.
No, I got you. I'm just saying I don't.
Yeah, I don't recall. Or it's something about like a pig. They form the ear or whatever organ through the pig, and then they some shit like that, whatever. But I'm just saying like I wonder if from like the Hitler days, I when I talk about things like this, I'm like I wonder if they were doing it at that time. You know, I would imagine they were doing it. The Hitler, like taking people's head and trying to sew it into a dog's head. You know, like sewing it onto a dog and seeing if it could still do something or whatever. I'm like, man, I bet you they try like so like not that I want to know, but I'm like they probably did all kinds of shit like that, dude, to the Jews and shit, probably to their own people too.
a 4 to 5 foot Bigfoot, and it goes in and kidnaps children and eats them.
That is terrifying. I'm just imagining this like dense little buff 5'4", like we just
like a Tasmanian devil
grabbing kids. That's terrifying, man.
But supposedly they make these like they commute like their language is like this cackling.
Stop.
And the villagers all around the Solomon Islands talk about how they hear them in the woods at night gather together and they cackle talk and even sing songs in their cackling. But they're pretty unintelligent of what the locals said. That's why they come in and steal. They steal food as well, like from their fruit trees.
Yeah.
But they don't even know how to make fire. But they're intelligent enough to come in and steal fire from villages.
You said Bigfoot was cold, right?
Yeah, Edwin ain't snatching kids.
Now, you've heard of sea monsters before, but this ocean cryptid is something else. Because it's so elusive, nobody knows what it is for sure, but it's earned the name, the black carpet. And over the course of several years, divers, fishermen, biologists, and crewmen on naval ships have reportedly had encounters with this massive entity. Deep-sea divers who witnessed this thing said it looked like the ocean floor itself was moving. It's been described as this 1,000-foot wide black mass, kind of in the shape of a Portuguese man-o'-war, but also similar to a gigantic siphonophore, although it's not that exact. And it's said to be covered in thin antennae and has thousands of these retractable tentacles. And according to the stories, this thing slowly roams the ocean floor, gathering nutrients and erasing any trace of life or animal remains in its wake. But it can also hitch a ride on ocean currents for faster travel. In 2005, a story surfaced of this former worker from a German oil rig that was located between Iceland and the islands of the Atlantic. Allegedly, he reported that one of these black carpet cryptids invaded the machinery room of the rig and slowly began to take it over and climb up the pillars of the rig. And apparently the people in charge decided that the best course of action was to abandon the rig entirely because there was nothing they could do to fight this thing off. The official story was that there was an oil leak that couldn't be fixed, so the existence of this creature and that incident was allegedly covered up. Interestingly, it's said that the black carpet makes a similar sound to the recording of the infamous Blue. Maybe they're one and the same.
We did an episode on the bleep. Go and check it out.
We need to check what's under Antarctica, bro.
So just picked up a radio signal in Antarctica, except it did not come from space. It came up through the earth, through rock and through ice, and through another million reasons why that should not be possible. Mind you, this is not the first time we've picked up this signal. Back in 2006, a science balloon named Anita was flying over Antarctica, listening for cosmic particles like a stethoscope. Instead of catching signals falling down from the sky, Anita picked up signals coming up from the earth. Honestly, it's like the earth just sent a pulse through 2 miles of ice to say, hey, the gag is this should be impossible. It takes a lot of scientific explanation, but the angle that this signal came from, no life can exist in that particular spot. Again, a lot of scientific shit, but not neutrinos, not light, nothing can survive at the angle this signal came from. That we know of, at least. Something's under the ice in Antarctica, y'all. Because Anita was not done picking up signals. She picked up another one in 2014. How are scientists explaining this? Well, they really can't, but there are a few theories. Like maybe it bounced off the ice in just the right way. Or maybe it's some type of new particle that we have yet to discover. Or maybe it's something under the ice that we did not put there. Under Antarctica is one of the Earth's last unexplored frontiers. There's a massive frozen hidden lake that hasn't been touched in 15 million years. We can talk about that some other time. The magnetic anomalies in Antarctica go crazy. So if a radio signal is coming from beneath the ice, from beneath Antarctica, what is it bouncing off of?
It's got to be coming from the surface and just bouncing off the ice.
Nah, bro. There's a pyramid under there.
Hey, we got a bit of weird footage coming out of Roswell, New Mexico, bro, of some strange lights over the desert shocking onlookers, and this was filmed in the evening. I'm going to zoom in for you in just a second just to see this a little bit closer, and I'll put the actual video at the end so you can listen to their reactions. But look at the state of this object, bruv. This thing looks like it's absolutely on fire. It's like skipping along, and it kind of reminds me of what we saw in China at the beginning of the year. Most notably Beijing and Chongqing. I'll put the videos after this, but look at this thing, mate. It's mad. So this is the one from over Beijing, and this was seen over multiple days that kept reappearing back with no sort of correlation as to what or why this thing was there. Another angle from this one as well. Actually, no, this one was from Chongqing, actually, of the same sort of phenomena. Now, this one was from Portugal, if I can remember correctly. of the same sort of thing, and I'll put the Roswell, New Mexico one here. The New Mexico one looks like it's actually on fire, skipping across. It's a little bit weird, but it still has the same sort of behaviour pattern as to what we've seen previously.
Looked like it could have been something natural.
What about this one then, bro?
What the hell is this, guys? We've got something really weird that's been captured by NASA Solar Orbiter as well as people on the ground. I mean, seriously, guys, what on earth is that? Seriously, this thing flies past the sun. It's a huge, huge spherical object, seriously, guys. Like, what the heck is it? It is so weird. Look at it there. What is that, guys? Caught by the NASA Solar Orbiter themselves. What is it? What is that? And this thing has been literally caught by the Solar Orbiter on a few occasions now. NASA has got quite a bit of footage of this huge spherical object passing by us and the sun. What the hell is that? Looks like some kind of alien flicking base, or some kind of possibly mothership. Maybe it's another flicking moon. What is it? Has anyone got any ideas, guys? Because honestly, it is seriously perplexing me. What is this object flying by our sun? It's really weird.
Explain that one, bro.
Yeah, I can't. That was weird.
Something big just happened, because this only takes off when we're all cooked. There's a lot going on right now, but if you are worried about World War III, watch this video right now and share it with someone. Because trust me, you and everybody needs to see this. So I've spoken a few times about this, the Doomsday plane, which yes, took off yesterday. Everybody's freaking out online, the headlines all say, oh, the Doomsday plane has taken off, guys, we are cooked. I'm sure you all know what the Doomsday plane is. Obviously, it's not good. You can control everything from the skies. It can be refueled in the skies. But what some of you don't know is this actually does fly, like, normally once a year on routine tests. And yeah, they might be using it for other reasons, but oh well. Now, the main thing, obviously, is the situation in the Middle East is escalating and it is getting scarier, I won't deny. We now have Trump, who has approved Iran attack plans, but hasn't made his decision on if they're going to get involved or not, so I'll keep you posted. But of course, the headlines everywhere, the media outlets, everyone's saying World War III is coming. This is going to cause World War III. But it is not. I don't think World War III is ever going to happen, and do you want to know why? These people right here. The richest people on Earth and the people above that, you know, everybody who is like the top of the top. We know these people will do anything to keep their money. They want to be the upper class, of course. If World War III broke out and people were firing nukes everywhere, it would be mutually assured destruction, which just means the whole Earth essentially is blown to smithereens. So what the hell would be the point in that? Because these people would be gone, and if they weren't gone, they wouldn't be upper class anymore because no one would be alive. Even if they had some ultra bunker which they survived in, wiped down 95% of the Earth, came out, their money doesn't mean anything. Not at all, because there won't be anything on Earth. There's always going to be wars and conflicts, but the fact now that everybody has nuclear weapons is scary and a threat, but it's highly unlikely anything major is going to happen worldwide with it.
You heard what he said? He said, I don't believe World War III is going to happen. Why? Because the bigger wigs, they're not stupid to kill themselves like that. I'm like, did you see the CERN Hydro Collider? They got 3 of them, I think. They got 3 of these things. Even so, I know for sure they got 2. For sure they got 2. I know for a fact they got 2 of them for sure. Now, how many they really actually have, I don't know. But I'm assuming 3 of them right now. They said when they were making that, when they were going to make the thing, that thing, it could possibly, and this is the nuclear bomb too, we can go to that one too, but they said this thing could possibly create a black hole that could destroy the Earth. And they invested in it. So you don't think they'll go to World War III? Shit, get out of here, dude. Okay, he knows. He knows they're not going to go to war because they care about money. Man, those dudes are puppets too, dog. They don't print money. You heard how, what's his name was talking about money? Unc? He was saying like that shit right there, those are just loans that the people, the ones who run the money, they give that out. That's your credit. That they get credited for that. I'm like, ooh, that makes sense. They own it.
And as terrible as these conflicts in the Middle East and worldwide are, I don't think it will go completely global at this stage. But it's still scary times. The US and other countries could get involved in this war. It is escalating, but don't worry about full-blown World War III with nukes flying everywhere. And as always, I will keep you updated.
We might need to start digging a bunker, bro. But we'll have to save that for next time.
Hold up, Tim, we've got to do the giveaway.
Leave a comment for a chance to win in our next episode.
Hey, I gotta erase something. It says that, then you have to erase it.
Let's do this, right?
Bang bang!
Blah, blah.
Click something from our website and we'll send it straight up.
That's terrortentstowels.com. Look how dope these guys look, right?
A big thanks to everyone buying the merch. Make sure you check the back of the neck tag. A lot of people don't notice it.
Join the Discord, right? It's free.
And as always, thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.
All right, what's going on, guys? This is Rob, and we are here with the ending of Death Spiral in the Spider-Man comic. We got a lot of catching up to do, so let's jump into it. So, what this does is this picks up in the immediate aftermath of Amazing Spider-Man 26 and Venom 256. The idea being that both Torment and Carnage have bonded together, and at this point, they're going after Aunt May and Aunt Anna. Keep in mind that Torment's identity is something that we still don't know, but the entire mythos behind his character is that he's obsessed with basically working his way in from the outside, quite literally as a spiral. So going after Aunt May and Aunt Anna are basically the last two pieces that allow him to go directly after both Mary Jane Watson and Peter Parker, because Mary Jane Watson is Venom. And so what you end up doing is picking up at the Feast Center. And so while they're there, Carnage comes in with a bit of a monologue where he says, "Safe. The old biddy thinks they're safe." And he says, "See, Torment, I knew that you would enjoy this." And Torment's a bit skeptical. Keep in mind, this is a tenuous alliance at best. And so Carnage says, "I can make us look like anyone that we want, any clothing, any face. It comes in handy," which is true. Carnage has always had the ability to shapeshift. Combine that with his ability to overcome Peter's spider sense, and suddenly you have a pretty cool villain in Marvel. It's one of the things that made Carnage so dope. And so that's why he says, "No one even knows we're here." And so the response of Torment, and this is one of the cool things, is he says, "Carnage, enough. I get it." Now, I love this idea because it hints on the idea that Torment is smart enough to be able to figure these things out on their own. And so when Torment approaches Aunt May, she just asks, right, "You're gonna need a spoon, my friend." And he's like, "Oh, that's not a huge deal. Everything's cool. I'm not hungry, at least not for soup." And of course, Carnage kind of comments about how it's a good line, right? And he says, "I think we'll work very well together, my friend. Now, are you ready to give these ancient dames a heart attack on 3? And he starts counting up. Now, one of the things that I want you guys to notice here are the spirals around Aunt May and Aunt Anna. We've seen that for a little while within the Death Spiral storyline. When Torment first showed up, we didn't know anything about him. What we know now is that he's able to see these literal spirals, which is how it is that he targets individuals, which indicates there's powers here. Now, we do know at least that much about him. And so essentially, he's not doing a lot of like grunt work, seeking people out. I mean, he has to a degree in order to be able to find them, but the spirals tell him whether or not he's targeting the right person. But this does create a caveat, and we'll talk about what that is here in a second. But once he manifests, he just tells them, "Scream," or at least Carnage does, and immediately goes after both Aunt May and Aunt Anna. Now, here's one of the coolest things about this, and I love the way that this is handled, right? Aunt Anna starts panicking. She freaks out, and Aunt May's just like, "Run," right? Everybody run. And as they're fleeing, Torment says, "I'm not burned," right? "I don't even feel this. A little warmth, maybe." And that's when Carnage tells him that's how it is with a symbiote, Torment. When you've got the bond, nothing can hurt you because symbiotes are highly resistant to injury. Sonics and fire are really the only way to overcome these.
You are missing out if you've never had bone marrow brulee. Get yourself the femur of a cow. Your butcher will split it in half for you, and that is what you want, the bone marrow. Hit it with salt and pepper, then get it into a roasting pan to go into the oven at 220 degrees Celsius, about 20 minutes. By the time they're done, they've bubbled and melted away, and that fat has rendered down, so you end up with this, pure beef butter. Just like that, you can scoop the marrow out of the bone, and it is perfect on some crusty bread. But if you take that femur and sprinkle it with sugar, then blowtorch it until that sugar caramelizes into a crunchy shell, then you will be left with this sweet, salty, buttery, crunchy bone marrow brulee. To die for. You are missing out if you've never had bone marrow brulee. Get yourself the femur of a cow. Your butcher will split it in half for you, and that is what you want, the bone marrow. Hit it with salt and pepper, then get it into a roasting pan to go into the oven at 220 degrees Celsius, about 20 minutes. By the time they're done, they've bubbled and melted away, and that fat has rendered down, so you end up with this, pure beef butter. Just like that, you can scoop the marrow out of the bone, and it is perfect on some crusty bread. But if you take that femur and sprinkle it with sugar, then blowtorch it until that sugar caramelizes into a crunchy shell, then you will be left with this sweet, salty, buttery, crunchy bone marrow brulee. To die for. You are missing out if you've never had bone marrow brulee. Get yourself the femur of a cow. Your butcher will split it in half for you, and that is what you want, the bone marrow. Hit it with salt and pepper, then get it into a roasting pan to go into the oven at 220 degrees Celsius, about 20 minutes. By the time they're done, they've bubbled and melted away, and that fat has rendered down, so you end up with this, pure beef butter. Just like that, you can scoop the marrow out of the bone, and it is perfect on some crusty bread.
Babyjesse963.
But if you take that femur and sprinkle it with sugar
and pink waving.
Long métrage, hein. Je vous ai parlé dans votre fichier, il y a eu aussi The Brick Debaters, Fences, et le plus récent jour avec nous. Il a réalisé 4 longs métrages, hein. Je vous ai parlé dans votre fichier, il y a eu aussi The Brick Debaters, Fences, et le plus récent jour avec nous. Il a réalisé
The U.S. power grid is at risk of an 18-month blackout as one city in Indiana has been dark for almost 2 weeks. Not enough people are talking about it. More than 8,600 households in the predominantly black city of Gary, Indiana are still without electricity nearly 2 weeks after a storm knocked out power over 300,000 homes and businesses across the state. It's caused medical complications, spoiled food, and supply shortages. Responses from the government and power company have been slow and limited, leaving poor communities without adequate support, raising a frightening question. What happens if the national power grid fails? A new report from the New York Times warns that the power grid is at risk of a major nationwide blackout that could take a year and a half to fix or longer. That's if just 9 crucial substations were somehow disabled or destroyed. Imagine the chaos that would cause and the lives that would be lost. Who among us would be left without help? I can take a few guesses. And we're left more vulnerable because we haven't updated the grid's infrastructure in decades. We've been busy fighting about the 2 trans people who play sports. Now more than 75% of the US's distribution transformers, like the ones that power our homes, are older than their 50-year life expectancy. The thousands of people still without power in Indiana demonstrate just how fragile and unequal America's infrastructure.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. They all those old boxes, all those transmissions, whatever they're called, they're up on the pole and shit. Those gotta be replaced already. So they probably ain't replaced theirs over there. I don't know what the mayor's doing over there. Spending money. Building him a bunker. So I'm gonna do what these big wigs do. Fuck that.
Structure and disaster response really is, and that our government really doesn't give a fuck. The U.S. power grid is at least of an 18-month blackout. As one city in Indiana has been dark for.
That? Yeah, how long it took you to learn that? Duh! We cannot trust our government. Duh! So stupid ass. No. Okay, you can put it right there. You want it?
For what?
The cereals. On this dirty ass spot right there. You can put it right there. Just eat the ones on top. What does it say? The fuck is that? A mushroom? That's what that is? It's in one of those things that they be popping popcorn in, huh? Like they be using it to like put popcorn in and they pah. But that looks like a fungus, like a mushroom. Gonna make it pop too. Like that thing, if that thing's capable of blowing up, I don't think I should cook that. For real, dude. Like those crock pots and stuff like that. Yeah, I was always afraid of those motherfucking things. Like, I don't know about that shit, dog. Tell me let that shit cook and it gonna blow up? Nah, I'm good, dog. Shit, it tastes good like this. I don't know. Oh, you're just a. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, because when you cook that type of way, you gotta cook like 4 or 5 hours and shit. Oh, okay. Ew. Yeah. Yeah. But what causes it to like blow up then? People not paying attention to it when it's supposed to? Yeah, like crock pots pop and shit. Poof! On the top. Maybe that's from the movies. Maybe I've seen it from the movies. Like I've seen movies where like using crock pots and that shit explodes. I'm like, I'm good. Too high, you didn't let the pressure. I use them at work and shit like that, but I don't. We barbecue with them too, but even if sitting over there, I always think about it. I don't know if it's every day, but I'm pretty sure one time of the week. I always say I think about it when I go inside the garage. You know, when I go in the garage, I'm like, it's hot. You look at that gas, like, fuck. Yeah, I know. I was like, once we finish, I was like, man, I want to take this back. I don't give a fuck about it. Like, you can keep that until you trade it in. I'm like, no, I'm good. You can keep that shit. Take it right back over there.
I'm a chud, I'm a fair little chud, playing league all day until till the sun comes up. I'm a chud, I'm a chud. I'm your biggest fan, follow you until you love me. Paparazzi, baby, there's no other superstar you know that I'll be. You're paparazzi, I'm your biggest fan, follow you until you.
What the fuck? What is this? Oh, bass. What the hell? Leave them little ass.
Man, we're gonna tell Buddy, pop that. What? What the? Is that really working? What the hell? Hey, that bitch is bumping.
Dang, your remote control card, yeah. RT is gold.
It's the 1990s, and the gaming landscape.
Good. I don't play those games.
In China, coaches train their cyclists in a very bizarre way. They hand the rider a loose bike tire and tell them to loop it over their own body and through the bike, all the way down and out through the back wheel, while pedaling in place on rollers like a treadmill without falling. The goal is to push their balance and focus to the absolute limit. They have to stay perfectly steady while threading the tire over themselves and around the moving bike at the same time. But the hardest part is dropping it cleanly through the spinning back wheel. Only once they can pull this off are they considered steady enough to compete at the highest level. In China, coaches train their cyclists in a very bizarre way. They hand the rider a loose bike tire and tell them to loop it over their own body and through the bike, all the way down and out through the back wheel, while pedaling in place on rollers like a treadmill without falling. The goal is to push their balance and focus to the absolute.
It's that kind of misery, the kind where you were.
Copyrighted. Ooh, spaghetti.
Yeah, I've been seeing spaghetti quite a bit. I'm like, shit, so I'm gonna eat some spaghetti.
Oh, okay, sound like we're gonna eat some spaghetti. Shit, I was gonna make hamburgers, remember? Shit, I'm I'm good with not making hamburgers. Yeah, for real. I'm like, I'll rather eat hamburgers, but to make the hamburgers, oh man, I gotta sit out there, pat them, whatever.
Which I can also do that. You could just.
You sit out there and do it? No.
No, you just be out there.
That's what I'm saying. No.
And
What
not
the
even
hell?
just rest.
Oh, my family linked up and almost right.
But no, if we do hamburgers, it's gonna be in the oven.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We can do burgers in the oven.
Yeah, that's what I did it the last time. Oh, in the oven? Yeah. Oh, you mean on the on the stove, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did on the stove. But I like the barbecue pit.
Yeah,
I
it
like
does taste.
Yeah, it tastes better. But no, we just eat spaghetti. Spaghetti's way better and way convenient and like more like it's right there, boom.
Yeah, because it's burger, you got prep each
Yeah, I
burger,
got
it's time
prep
to
it, yeah, and I got cook, and I gotta look at it and pay attention to which one.
Which I still gotta do that with spaghetti, like watch it cook to some degree.
Yeah,
but
not as much as
yeah.
individual fucking
Yeah,
12 patties, 12
it's not the
patties.
same as making tortillas, like
Yeah.
making tortillas and stuff.
Yeah, I like tortillas, but no, I'm good.
Yeah, like sitting there making.
Grandma, you crazy, Grandma?
That's like a one
Beatrice,
here and there thing.
my grandma. Yeah, Grandma, you crazy? Shit.
Guess
Yeah,
what? I'm glad
I
they
know.
like this other shit too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Make it good enough to where they like.
Now get that bread.
I'll make some cornbread shit. Quick mix of the. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Some cornbread. We gonna eat that tomorrow. What do you think tomorrow?
Oh yeah. Spaghetti.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that tomorrow.
Then we can go.
I'm trying to think. Do we have the stuff we need for spaghetti? We got noodles. We got meat. Yeah, we do. I got it in the freezer. Oh no, that's right. Those are the ones you used.
There's only that one part of the bag.
Yeah, that's not enough.
And
I thought we had 2 bags though. You already used both of them?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'll look and see, but either way, we don't have sauce.
Okay. And we need more than just 1 pack of noodles, right?
Yeah, that's what.
Okay.
Even if
You use 2?
Yeah, I use I got like 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why there's always that one bag that's always partially open. I'll be meaning to use some noodles. You know what? I'm gonna make those noodles tonight. I'll make some.
For with what? Ugh.
Maybe with some sausage.
I think that sounds like something my mom would eat, dog. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like something my mom would eat.
You like that? Not just the noodles by themselves, but if I do them
Yeah.
with gravy and sausage.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I do that, yeah. But I'm talking about you doing butter and that.
Like mac and cheese.
Ugh. And cheese. Ain't no cheese in that. Just butter and noodles. I don't know. I don't know. I can't know which cause I ain't never. I mean, I ate your butter thing, but it's not in my palate to remember.
Cheese, like they taste a lot.
Yeah.
Like when you're getting like the
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause I remember that butter when I ate that tortilla. Remember that ones that we bought from the HEB? Tastes like cheese in it, but it was butter. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's cause the milk thing in it. That's what. The cheese. This just got worse. What is this? OG response to OG. Yo, yo, yeah, yo. Clean up. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like I don't even want to call it street shit no more. It's because it's all out on the internet shit now. I thought he must be talking about some street shit. I'm like, no, it's not street shit. This must be some internet shit. I don't know what they don't do. There's no more street shit.
That's when you learn that street shit always was just a game.
Yeah, it's just a game. Nobody's eating McDonald's anymore. Shit, y'all late. Fuck, we 5 years and we ain't even touching McDonald's. That's for sure. We ain't touched the motherfucking McDonald's in fucking years and years, dude. That's crazy. Like, man, we going on almost 10 years. I would say we above 5, right? Fuck, dog. McDonald's like, these motherfuckers ain't been eating for since 5 years ago, dog.
The way we used to binge eat on that, it was making some money.
Oh, they were making money. Fast food places are making money off of us. Oh, that bitch got big titties.
Are you dead ass, bro?
He said, look at that ass. No, he's not talking about her. Oh, this dude, look.
Are you dead ass, bro?
Yeah, like, she got fake tits.
The Pokemon.
No, yeah, she got her lips on. That's why I said that. I was like, oh no, that's not real, because her lips are not real.
Are you dead ass, bro?
The Pokemon and trading card community has a grifting problem. For over 5 years, scalpers who don't care about the hobby have been the center of these issues. But finally, they're getting consequences for it. Stores are starting to open the sealed products specifically to screw them over so they can't resell them. Fans are even starting to scalp the scalpers by taking...
Hell yeah. Whatever, you know, it sucks, you know what I'm saying? They be doing bullshit like that, but I can't stand these fucking collectors, dude. I can't stand collectors. I can't stand that you collect. So you collect pictures and shit. I'm like, yeah, well, I don't go back and sell them motherfuckers to somebody for a higher price. You know what I'm saying? That's my picture. And if you want to buy it, then you asking to buy it for a high price then. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the Pokemon. That shit fake as fuck. But yeah, I don't like, I just don't fuck with collectors and shit. I'm like, nah, play with that shit, dog. But it's money and I get it. Yeah, you sell it later in, what, 30, 40, 80 years? 80 years you can sell it for $1 million? But you 80. What you gonna do now? That's what I'm like. I don't know. Whatever. Hey, but that's your shit. That's your shit. I'm just saying though.
Products out of their cart in the store just to piss them off. And Pokemon realizes this is happening and is finally starting to make some changes, including banning reselling at their events and removing Pokemon vending machines. And recently I made this video talking about TikTok OF girls who are using Pokemon card openings targeted towards kids. If you didn't watch it, one of the main points is that OnlyFans models are making TikToks like these with these cute
Okay, well, that's a problem. I agree. That's a problem. These women are sexualizing to do giveaways, and they're gonna make money because all the kids and all the adults are gonna want to look at these girls in their tight clothes trying to present whatever it is. They're marketing to kids. Well, guess what? Guess who else is marketing to kids? United States is marketing to kids, dog. So I agree. Let's fix this problem, and then we go fix the other problem. A matter of fact, no, fuck this. Let's go fix that other problem first. Let's go fix that bigger problem first, because then when you fix that bigger problem, it resolves all these other problems. But, you know, whatever. You're just upset. You're a hater. You're upset that this girl is using her fucking, her thing to sell to guys, and they pick up on it, or girls, they pick up on it, and they're just looking at it. Go blame them too. And, oh, but what about the kids? Well, go blame the parents. How are they even able to look at something like that?
Cute little sound effects and editing to appeal to kids while promoting their adult content. One of them even threatened to take down my channel by DMCAing 5 different videos I made. But most people didn't know this was happening because no one is talking about it in the Pokemon space. And because of this, it got a lot of positive reception from the general Pokemon community as a whole. But it turns out a couple of Pokemon investor YouTubers really didn't like it too much. Meet PokeNE, or as his subscribers like to call him, Brian. Now Brian has a pretty decent sized audience with 65k on YouTube and 41k on Instagram. He makes content teaching scalpers how to start a Pokemon business, claiming he's made 7 figures by reselling cards. Most of his videos are him trying to be motivational for resellers. He's kind of like a lolcow version of Andrew Tate, but for Pokemon. So he made this video reacting to my video, essentially calling me a tourist, and he actually defends the OnlyFans girls. He says by me talking about the problems in the community of scalpers and investors like him, I'm doing the same thing as the OF girls. He's using a logical fallacy called ad hominem. This is when someone attacks the person instead of addressing the argument. He completely missed the point of my original video, and surprisingly, a lot of his subscribers felt the same. Most of his viewers are obviously also Pokemon resellers, but they called him out in the comments. I mean, you must really have a bad take when people in your own community are writing stuff like this in your comment section. Unfortunately though, there were some other people who actually agreed with him. Enter Strawberry Pokemon, aka Kira. Now Kira is a full-time artist and YouTuber who makes commentary content on topics similar to mine. She calls out Pokemon scalpers, investors, and really just general problems happening in the TCG community. And I really like her content. What she's doing is important. By calling out people ruining the hobby for general consumers like scalpers, she's bringing more attention to issues like these. Although I'm not a Pokemon YouTuber, I know we share a lot of the same audience, and maybe you've seen her content before. And to any casual viewer of her channel, it's natural to assume she's against scalpers just by how many videos she's made about them. Well, it turns out she's actually friends with a lot of these Pokemon resellers and investors in the YouTube community, including Brian. It doesn't make any logical sense when she's publicly supporting people like this, especially because her whole brand is built around criticizing them. I think her content is great, but I think it's really weird that she chooses to closely associate with people like this. Anyway, the reason I bring this up is that Kira left a comment on Brian's video about me, saying that, quote, he's not much better than the OF girl. And as much as I respect her content, this is a terrible take. I thought everyone was in agreement that using a franchise designed for kids on an app like TikTok that predominantly has a younger demographic and uses it specifically to promote sexually explicit content is pretty dark no matter how you spin it. The problem is a lot of young kids are getting caught in this mess at an early age, and it's borderline predatory behavior. It's insane that some of the most respected creators in the Pokemon community who have kids of their own genuinely think this way. No matter if you like my content or not, comparing me to a grown woman who's making money by promoting their OnlyFans to kids on TikTok is genuinely insane. These are people in the same category as Bonnie Blue, who built her following by...
Well, after you get rid of them, can you come on my shit too? Because we got girls and guys who are doing that too. You got the girls who are showing themselves up like that, and then you got the guys who are doing all this. And matter of fact, once you get rid of that girl for doing that, we need to go look for the guys like you that are in there doing all that. No, but that's not a problem. But that is a problem. Because you're doing all this extra shit and getting views because you're doing dumb shit. This girl's showing her titties and now you're all upset. Nah, you doing the same thing, homie.
Survivors, while leading 9/11 tribute tours at Ground Zero, to being president of a survivors group, and just getting immense amount of support. Something was off. It was all a lie. Surprise, surprise, it was all a lie. When I was doing this, I was thinking about how many people who watch me maybe weren't even alive during 9/11. I volunteer at an animal sanctuary, and a girl who volunteers there is from Colombia. One time I was just like, what was 9/11 like over there? Like, was it like a huge story? What happened? And she was like, well, I was born in 2002. I was like, okay. So Tanya Head, she's born in 1973 in Barcelona. All right. I want to start this with her relationship with her fiance, because this is like a big part of the story. She says her and Dave, his name is Dave, were a perfect match. It was like a crazy love story. They finished each other's sentences. It's like they were the same person. A month before 9/11, she comes home and there are rose petals to the kitchen. Honestly, I'd be stoked. I'd be like, what are you making, steak? But she walked in and Dave was standing there with a coconut bra and a tree skirt, and he had made some Hawaiian food, and he had Hawaii tickets on the table. So they're going to Hawaii. So they go to Hawaii. He proposes. She describes it as they got Maui'd.
It says in Matthew 13.
Get it? Because like they were in Maui. We got Maui'd, but really they just got engaged. I don't really know. I will say she does mix fiance and husband throughout her time in this story. So I'm actually going to say something that's really crazy, and I maybe should wait to say it later, but I'm just going to say it now. She claims that they got married after he had died in 9/11. Like some judge married them after he died. Is that even a thing? I don't know. I didn't even care to look it up. I don't want to know, to be honest. So 9/11 happens. A man named Jerry creates a World Trade Center Survivors Network. He creates this because he wants people to talk to that have gone through the same thing. He says you can only talk to friends and family so much. It's a lot of repetitive storytelling or just like rehashing things, and you want to talk so much more than they want to listen, which is like normal. It's not like they're being mean, it's just how it is. And he felt like he was wearing people out by talking about his story and trying to let go. So he created this World Trade Center Survivors Network. 2 years after 9/11, many survivors felt pretty isolated and still traumatized by it all. The survivors were left out of a lot. Like they just felt like they didn't have a place. Like a lot of the focus was on the people who died in 9/11, the attack, and not really, that's kind of all they got. They weren't even allowed to go to the site where like tourists could tour Ground Zero. Like it was really weird. So 2 years later, after 9/11, a small group meets at a Manhattan church, and they just like go there to share feelings. The relationships were very like, anyone will listen, anyone can talk, anyone can say how they feel. It's very open and non-judgmental, and we're all here for each other kind of vibe. Each week, more and more survivors showed up, and it was a really great place for them to feel connected and like they had a community and just somewhere to go to talk about it and find community within it. It was pretty informal, but it grew because, like I said, people wanted a place to go. There was one woman in this group that had such a crazy story. Her fiance was in the tower, and she's like a mail lady. She was delivering mail as people were like jumping out of the buildings. Like it was just crazy. You were outside, he was inside. You were both doing your jobs. You were both at the World Trade Center, and that was all happening. But one woman's story really stood out. Tanya Head. So this is her story. Okay, which again, she didn't tell for a couple years until after 9/11. But this is what happened according to her. She was on the 78th floor of the South Tower, which is literally the floor that the plane hit. So it makes her one of 19 people that survived from either the point of impact or above. So it was like a crazy statistic. She worked at Merrill Lynch. She worked very high up at Merrill Lynch, actually. She was saying she was waiting for the elevator when the plane hit. The North Tower was hit first, so that had already been happening. And apparently her coworker was like, oh my gosh, another plane is coming, like looking out the window seeing a plane, and then her coworker gets decapitated from the plane, which I'm just like, girl, I just feel like this happened so fast, you wouldn't even see someone get decapitated by an airplane. But Tanya's saying her body was thrown across the floor. There was just flames and chaos. Her arm was severed. It was like hanging on barely by some skin. She said she like tucked it into her shirt just in case she got out and doctors could put it back onto her. She saw dead and dying colleagues. There was even a dying man. Sorry, it's actually really crazy. Like, now that I'm saying all this, I'm just like, how did anyone believe this? A dying man was giving her his wedding ring, saying, please give this to my wife. You know, in like a movie. Tanya said she felt like she was on fire. Like she felt the air get sucked out of her lungs. She felt like she was flying. She felt the warmth from the explosion. She could smell her own skin burning. And she's really saying things that a lot of survivors also said that they experienced. All she thought about was her wedding dress that got her through. My wedding dress. Apparently they were supposed to get married like a month after this. So all she's thinking about is this wedding dress. So she's just like, my wedding dress. I'm only thinking about my wedding dress. I'm also thinking about how big this lie is. also thinking about how maybe I'll go to jail one day. I don't know. No, but then she says a man in a red bandana saved her. So she sees this man in a red bandana. I think she passes out and then she just wakes up in the hospital. And she is there until after Thanksgiving. And she describes this as pretty difficult, obviously, because she was in a wheelchair, but she could only use one arm because her other arm was like literally barely hanging on by a thread, but put on by the doctor or whatever, so she couldn't use it. And she also just described having survivor's guilt, which many 9/11 survivors felt this. Like, many of them felt this. They were like, why did I have to live? Like, why did I have to live and all these people had to die? It's a very common feeling when you survive a tragedy that a lot of people did not survive. A lot of people just like couldn't even live with themselves. They're just like, like, was this God, fate? Like, what was this? I hate that I lived and I hate that all these people died. It was a whole thing. People were really, really traumatized by it. So this man with the red bandana, his name is Wells Crowther. He is a real person. And his specific heroic actions were like widely mentioned in an article in 2002 because he saved a bunch of people that day on 9/11 and he lost his own life. But I think he saved 18 or 19 people. And his parents actually found out. I mean, I think they assumed he died because he was in the towers when it all happened, but they had no answers. They don't know where he was, if he died or whatever. And his parents read this article and they were like, oh my God, that has to be our son because he has always carried a red bandana around since he was a kid. And he was in the World Trade Center and he was just like that. But Tanya's story about Wells changes over time. Like, it started her saying she saw him, then she says he put out a fire that was on her arm, and then she says he led her to a stairwell. So it's kind of like, huh? Jerry, the man who started the Survivors Network, noticed this and was also just like, maybe this is trauma though, because obviously when people go through trauma, they can't remember certain things, etc., etc. Also, I just want to throw this out there. 9/11 killed 2,800 people and fewer than 300 complete bodies were ever found. So on the outside, Tanya is coping well. She's a part of the Survivors Network. She's putting so much effort into this community that people a part of it are literally like, they felt guilty. They were like, we're not doing as much as she is. Like, we should be doing more like her. Like, she was lining up speakers. She was fundraising. She was scheduling meetings. She would even give her own money to the organization out of her own pocket for some reason. She found a lead trauma expert to lead their therapy sessions, and she secured state funding for the organization. So here she is, also a survivor of this crazy tragedy among these others, and they're just like, how is she mustering up all this energy? Like, I feel bad I can't even do half of this. Meanwhile, she's just lying, so. And mind you, at this time, these other survivors like don't know her full story yet. So I want to talk about one woman in this group. Her name is Linda. Her and Tanya became.
No pictures? You trash, dog. How many views? 200K, dog? She be doing this? Man, I got gameplay and I got videos and I got, man, fuck y'all, man. For real, fuck y'all. This bitch just reading off a fucking computer, dog. Fuck y'all, man.
Sherry Papini was on a jog November 2nd of 2016. She gets kidnapped at the end of her street. She's gone for 22 days. She shows up on the side of a highway. She's chained up. She's got bruises, holes in her body. She has ribs protruding out. She goes to the hospital. As soon as her husband gets there, he takes a look at her and he doesn't believe her. And frankly, I don't really believe her either. And look, I'm not victim blaming, okay? I have my reasons, but we will get into all of this. It is a crazy story. I watched 2 documentaries about it. The first documentary I watched was The Perfect Wife on Hulu. It has 3 episodes. Fast. Just want to say, Papini so much. And in the background, she keeps saying, she took me, she took me. If they had this crazy trauma, but she is, she just goes back and forth from having like these crazy moments of,
man, this bitch ain't got enough. No, I went to her channel to click on her, like, to see what her editing, or her channel looks, you know, like the banner, her thumbnails. I'm like, man, she got 200 subscribers, 516 videos. TikTok, of course. I don't have TikTok. That what brings it into TikToks. But I was just looking at what her content was, and it looks like she looks at a bunch of liars and then says this is them lying or whatever. Yeah. See, like this kid with the balloon. Yeah, she just goes and tells stories about fucking liars and shit. She probably got a movie about her, but for real, she probably got a movie of nothing but lies about her. But I was gonna say, yeah, she's reading out people's, but she don't got enough editing.
This man faked his own death.
I mean, I shouldn't have to do all that, but you know, I mean, I would like to have context of who you're talking about, really. You know what I'm saying? You're boom, boom, boom. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's good to have it on here. Like if we were having a conversation, yeah, I would be forced to be trying to like put pictures together. You know what I'm saying? But because we're watching on TV, you have the time to put that there for me.
Well, the market is not that. The market, who her market is people who want to feel like somebody's there talking with them.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
don't care to see the pictures. They want to feel like
Yeah, I
somebody's
get that. I'm not that market, but I'm like,
Well, I'm just saying that's why this is that audience. It's not
yeah,
everybody.
yeah, yeah. I
It's
got
the
you.
people who like this type of stuff. They're like, I want to feel like she's talking to me. So she's sitting in my living room in her couch. That's how she's
Yeah, yeah.
presenting. She's like,
Yeah,
In
I'm
probably
lonely,
the
we're
dumbest
lonely.
way possible.
I'm lonely, you're lonely. Let's sit together.
yeah, she got a whole life outside of this.
Yeah.
And they just like, oh,
I'm lonely.
His own kids thought he had passed. Meanwhile, he was living at home with his wife, and he was never technically caught. We'll get there. So John Darwin, oh my God, what a freaking weird story. This man is described as a narcissist, which I think, I know it's like a word we throw around a lot in society, in culture, in...
Yeah, they throw that shit around. They throw all these terms around. Devil, angels, the demon made me do it. Yeah, a bunch of fucking... that girl something else. This one. Yeah, she just like, okay.
guess who your viewer base is.
Yeah. Let me see. Visa charges. Who's this? Shit, I thought that was which color for a little bit. What is it?
Indiana.
Yeah, here it is, Indiana. Yeah, they're without power.
So that I'm not walking into the dark. I have them in my car. This one is out because
it's been absolutely horrible. We don't have service in this area at all whatsoever. At night, the streets, the roads, everything is pitch black besides the lights from the cars. When it first happened, there was no gas stations open. It was water all in my bedroom because my room is in the lower level of my home. The water came through the garage, came up into my laundry room and spread throughout the bottom lower level of my home.
Had to throw everything out, but it already started.
I have two fridges. I have one in the garage and then one, my main one, upstairs in the kitchen. I've had to throw away pretty much everything. So at night we're sweating, we're irritable, you know, we have children to look out for, elderly people who needs electricity. This is the second week now. So, I mean, it's only, we can be used to it, but it's not okay for us to be used to it. It's not okay for us to continually be in survival mode.
And your tender mercy. We thank you for everyone that is here. We thank you for those who will be helped.
Man, give me that motherfucking food, y'all. That's why we in this shit right now.
And we thrive best, you know, as humans on certainty and predictability. So for something so devastating to happen so quickly and us, the people not really be able to prepare, it definitely takes a toll on people mentally to just kind of not know what's coming next, where the next meal is going to come from. And so the city of Gary has opened up the City Life Center to be able to provide a shelter for people who are looking for a safe haven, looking for a hot meal. So, you know, we need to have a light at the end of the tunnel.
I can't do that because
I'm gonna help you help me.
I know I have to help you because God said so.
Frustrations continue to mount for Northwest.
So that I'm not walking into the dark. I have
old stuff that needs to be repaired back. I mean, you need new shit. That's crazy. Yeah, we was talking about the bridge. Remember I was telling you they need to replace bridges because the bridges are already old. They're like, the bridges only a lot of these bridges that they made in the United States, they're like only service for only 100 years. Not service, they only last to about 100 years. That's what they determined. That's how long they're gonna keep the bridges. So they have to tear them down, make new bridges. They haven't even really done that. They're behind on fixing their home. Yeah, I got too many loans. They in the same boat, except for them. They got a fucking, what do you call it? They got a bunker.
We got a little something we can work with to extend.
Yeah. 48 hours. I'm not trying anything. When's he gonna?
Yo, bro, look at this.
God damn.
They're saying King Azula just had his worst moment. No What way. the fuck? Look at that.
For Stanley Films.
with a film called Legion of Five. Now, what I want to share with you is that I'm one of the leading actors in this fucking film.
What the hell is even that?
Fam, I feel unstoppable, untouchable, with a mind that's impenetrable. Nothing could come through this. I'm bulletproof. I'm ready to fucking take out the clown.
Do me a favor. Go get off the brave Jews, stop being a victim, and understand that Jews are here to help you.
For the longest time growing up, people told me I wasn't going to be successful.
Wow.
When I became
Turn off everything then?
I was the man of the shadows. Nobody knew who I was. It was the first time
I'll see y'all later.
in the past 5-6 months that I actually shared everything that I've been through. And I'm going to share it anymore.
For example, I'll stop you with one finger.
Yeah,
All you have to do is try to take a one step forward, okay? Hold on. Stand. Go.
Oh, shit. Yeah, the nose.
I'm only going to lay down because I ain't making any money.
One.